let's get started. Not bad. We got two 20NL 6 max and four 10NL 9 max, and that's pretty close to what I'm looking for all day. So max value defended. We can check back. That queen is pretty fucking awesome. Occasionally he's going to have a full house here, but very rarely. He should just have an ace a lot. That is an overbet. Wow. That's kind of rough because he's supposed to have 8s or 3s when he does that. I don't think I'm going to fold, though. Pocket 8s, that's fine. It's fine. Once we get to showdown. I mean, if the board doesn't trip off like that, we obviously don't lose as much. But I think it's fine. His overbet is super strong, but he could just as easily just have an ace. You know, he could have ace-king and have us on an ace, or he could have ace-jack. Having two queens is kind of whatever. The checking the turn, I think, is important because I don't think he was going anywhere. A lot of players, when they pause, it's like, please don't bet, please don't bet. For him, he's going to check-raise that turn quite often. Just fine. Don't love that call. I am going to bet again. This is a micro bet. I'm obviously not going to fold for that. Well, trip queens everywhere. One's on that one. Oh, would have won that one with 5-4. Alright. There's the raise and the call. Looks good, looks good. Alright, I think the stream's working alright. New nails. You guys can't really see them. They're very deep blue with a sparkle. It's kind of like a deep paint on a car. Yeah, look at this guy. Kind of a good read there by my friend with the ace-5, or he might just be a maniac, but we'll have to find out. Some players just don't give up top pair ever. Although this lead out was kind of blocking, so he gave up a little bit of the ghost, but we'll see. Alright, don't mind this. Started out so good with a heart and a 6. There's a lot of fucking out-of-town people for Memorial Day. Like, I've just been seeing people just get cooked, especially at the 20NL and higher. So that's a nice flop. Yeah, we're going to gamble up here. It's 12 outs to the nuts. He doesn't even have to have a queen, honestly. You could have a hand like pocket 10s that's going to lose hope, or pocket jacks. Well, what are you going to do? Flush over flush. His leading call is kind of stupid because if the board pairs or the flush doesn't come, he gets no more money and he's not in a good bluffing position. If the spade doesn't hit the turn, I'm not betting again, and if the river bricks out, I am jamming. So, don't like the way he played it, but worked out for him, flush over flush. Never supposed to fold. Second nut versus third. It's funny, too, because he raised it pre-flop. He's going to have far less lower flushes than the ace of spades there. So when he shows up, he's going to have the ace of spades a bunch, and that's it. But, good timing. King would have been nice. Still gets me paid. So it's going to be a little bit swingy, but in the end, I think it always favors me. Feeling good. Didn't play it all yesterday. Just kind of day got away from me. Running errands all day with Courtney and didn't sleep much, and it was a whole thing, but it was a good day. I think the stream's all set up nice. There are other 10NL 9 max that I'm on the list for. Getting on a couple lists now. I'm going to be playing those off to the side as always. If anything interesting happens, I'll bring them into frame. Got shot. It's a limped pot and he bets that high. I'm kind of tempted to float here, but there's 4 players behind, so I can't really do it. He's typically weak sauce or a draw. Like, he could have like an ace 10, ace 9 kind of hand. Well, that card's kind of great for him then. Yeah, the weak ace. Called it. It's the one thing I really wish is the WSOP made it so that you could make all the tables the same size with a click of a button. It's a fucking pain in the ass to resize them. I like calling here, even though this player obviously is going to have an overpair a large percentage of the time. But when he checks down, we're going to be good. That king's awful for me. Sometimes he's got ace-queen here. Ace-10. Interesting. You're going to raise ace-10 and then never take a shot. Love that. Love everything about it. Free money for me. And I'm not calling that as much, but I don't see any 4-bets behind, so set mining I think is fine there at that price. I honestly thought at least one guy would call, if not 2. It worked out okay, though. There's really not a lot of bluffing going on this weekend, especially with the unknown players, because of stuff like that. Like, players just aren't taking shots. Like, look, this guy checked it down. I win with a pair of deuces. I won with a pair of 4s on the other one. So, bluffs we can do against regs and interesting situations that we set up the lead with. But, in all honesty, we're mostly going to be profiting by clicking the call button today. It's just kind of the way it is. Check. We do want to pump these up. Max value is going to raise here a lot. Guess not. I guess we'll go 80 cents. Oh, snap call. See the snap call? Snap call twice. Some players are limping a rag ace. The limp call, it kind of sucks. Max being in there is not great either. Check. I'm going to check back. If he has an ace, he should bet. If he has the spade draw, he just got there. Queen Jack. Am I supposed to defend against this? Am I supposed to keep going? I don't know why he's calling on that flop. It's kind of hilarious. It's another 10 and L. I'm going to check this one. I don't think we get much value by betting. And if he's repping it, we want to let him rep it. And if he's got me beat, we don't want to feed him money and get value owned. Gonna go for it? No. King Jack. Reasonable. King on the river would have probably gotten really paid off. Opens for 6x on the bottom. Yeah, we're going to raise here. You have to be a little bit more aggressive with some of these players, but I think it's fine. Got another 10 and L. This gets 3 bet. I don't love it, but I think the price is right. Look at this. Cold call in the big blind. Limp call in first. Limp call in second. It's not a spot we can bluff, especially with players like this in here, because he's never going to fold a pair. That's fine. He's trying to get to showdown. As long as I have a club I can call, believe it or not. Club on the river. You shouldn't be bluffing. That's a super small bet. I'm gonna call it just because if this player folds, I don't want there to be I don't want to be like no club against this guy. He could just have a jack. We should see a check raise from the king of clubs. Sometimes the queen folds and this player just has like a set and we win anyway. But as played, I think this bet is too fractionally small for me to fold. This player would be thinking I should be raising with the king. Yeah, he's got the 10. He figured it out and he overcalled with an 8. Like about saying, yeah, the 8 of clubs, so that makes sense. I just didn't want there to be a bluff going on. The guy was betting with the 10 of clubs, for Christ's sakes. I mean, it's kind of just ridiculous. So, a little frustrating, but it's going to take me a minute to hit the groove. He probably logicked out that I maybe had an ace. Sure, if I had raised, I think I would have gotten that one through because it's one of those obvious ones, but I think it's fine. And I do want to be raising those pairs to try and, you know, but when 4 players call, it's kind of meh. Check. 9's okay. I don't know if anybody's limp calling an ace, but I don't know if anybody's betting an ace on this flop, so we're going to fold. This is, yeah, he's never betting the ace, but he's never folding the ace. This player gets a draw. I don't know why you don't bet the river. Why would you give showdown? You're giving up information. Damn. Down to 3 buy-ins already. Little bit adventurous right off the bat, but I don't mind it. Interesting. We'll see what happens when I limp on this table. And these are all pretty strong players. I just want to see where the aggression is, if there is any. It's fairly standard. 9's pretty nice. Betting half pot for value. Yeah. I mean, honestly, you can play that as bluff or value right there, no matter what you have. So he just shouldn't have much ever, and he's got to be afraid of me trapping out of first. King's okay. Let that go. Courtney's doing nails in the other room. You can have it. Ba, ba, ba. Got the aces, first time of the day. Max value is the guy we want to be up against too, because if he has a strong hand, he'll 4-bet. Just calls. Obviously he's calling with all pairs, so that's really all we have to be worried about. Straight over here. I'm just going to bet half pot. I've kind of standardized this for C-bets this weekend. I could have gone smaller versus him for sure, but I think it's good to be uniform. So the only thing that beats me here is Queen Jack. I think we just bet. Get min, or slightly over min clicked. I like the king. We raised here by ROI runner. We're going to be very aggressive here. We'll just call this one. Queen's nice. Like I said, I'm going to be very aggressive here. Not folding. Don't mind this. As long as this guy doesn't have aces, I should be okay. I guess we just check the flush. Ace Jack, he gut shotted it and then checked the river. That's hilarious. Nice. He played a gut shot with me. You see that? I made such a big raise. He played a gut shot with me, so when the heart comes right off, if the heart doesn't come, we jam. But if the heart comes right off, we just check and give them the opportunity to bluff. So perfect. And he's re-raising everything, so this doesn't mean he has a shit hand here, but it obviously means I'm not going to fold to him. Just check that. He's supposed to have a good hand here. Oh, I thought it was a 3 first. I thought I had 2 pair. Which I'm not sure if I need, but it would be nice. 4 on the river offsuit would be nice. Just gonna check. Kind of depends what he bets. Yeah, he's a tilty kind of guy. He kind of tilts quickly. 10-9, just 3-betting, taking the shot for no reason whatsoever. I'm going to check and allow him to bet. Yeah, we're not getting anything out of him. I know he's just got garbage. I mean, it doesn't even matter that I made the ace. He's never going to pay me with anything. So we just call and show him that we knew. I'm just going to check this one. Max is smart enough to check a bad ace. And he bets the full pot on the turn. That's kind of stupid. He could have been protecting an ace, but he's got to be a little bit scared. And I think if you have ace 10 or so, you should be checking back. Yeah, he overbets. That's fine. Good for you, man. He made 2 pair. His overbet nature is only nuts. Or super strong hands, and that time I didn't have one to call him with. Do we get off this table? There are other 6 maxes. Let me see how far we are down the list. Oop. Well, I'm on one right now. There we go. Yeah. Fold, fold. Ooh, double gutty. So, we'll be getting on this table in a minute. So we're going to get off this one. Come on, 4. That's a bad card. Not only because it brings in the spades, but also because it allows this guy to get super aggressive and overprotect an ace. That bet's too small. So, I only have 6 good cards, and I'm not even sure if they're good. So, fuck it. Just get off the table. Raise that. Limp, raise, get re-raised. It's not the worst flop. We can actually float here quite a bit. I kind of want him to bet the flop more than check. If he checks, I actually feel worse about it. Alright, I'm not check. Getting 3-bet a lot of places. Check. He checks. I'm going to bet the turn. A little under half pot. fine. We'll let this go. Aces. I'll fold that one. Oh, guy just rivered a 2-outer on me. I had pocket tens on a king 6, 8, deuce 9 board. He called my flop bet. I checked the turn, and then he made the over bet. He made the full pot bet on the river. And unless he has the river set, he never has a set. That's a nice takedown here. So he rivered a set of 9s versus my 10s. It's one where I could have just gone bet, 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 and it would have been fine, but I definitely like the... we're going to get off this one. I definitely like the checking, because he's going to make that same bet either way. Player leads at me. He's still leading small. Could he have a flush draw? Yeah. I think we just check. Deuces? Funny. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he could just check at any point and save money. But he just wanted to see the whole board. And I think we played it right. Look at this. Oh, I guess these players are short. $6. The guy just gets it in with ace 7. Same guy who rivered me, I just beat him for twice as much by betting all the way down with top pair. That turned into a set. Look at this. It's the same guy who had the 9s. And he just gave it all back to me plus an extra 30 blinds. Because he's like, oh, this guy bluffed that other one. Well, when I was bluffing the other one with a king on the board that I didn't have the king, I did have pocket 10s. And I would have played any pair that exact same way as I did top trips. So it's amazing the short-term memory is the strongest in poker with these awful players. It's when you hear somebody talking about like, oh, I saw this guy and so he raises in early position and a couple hands ago he had 10-3, on the button, and it's just like, what do we care? Like, the way people talk about poker hands is fucking ridiculous. Like, they'll sit there and they'll say a guy 3-bet him with, a 7-8 offsuit, so that plays a history. It really doesn't. Your fundamental game plan shouldn't be any different. But people love to do it. Alright, well, we're calling. It's because I don't see 4-bets coming too often. This is okay. A lot of weird ones. Obviously, we're just going to fold. Now we can get out of this one. Check. Fold. It's a limp pot. Anything can happen. I don't mind that turn. Got shot. I mean, I'll call min bets all the way down. That's fine. Everybody's on the draw. Nothing really got there except for 2 pairs, right? So I guess we just go for the check, check, check. If this player bets big on the end, it's kind of weird. He could have 10 jack. He could have a lot of better aces, but I don't think I want to fold an ace off the bat. Queen 4, ace 7. That's bad. As an overcall, that's bad. He shouldn't be overcalling. Once I call, I should have ace 7 beat for sure. It's a nice check raise. So that sucks. Just unlucky. Thought about raising the turn. But it would have been so rare to get such a good run out. Could have bet this one, but up top, in the top right. But I don't know if it's necessary. Same player who had the 9s. Just 3-bet me pre-flop, and I jammed on him with the ace-king. He had a small stack I was raising out of first. And he has a 50 big blind stack, and he sat there thinking about it forever before he called with the 9s. And then he left. It's just kind of goofy. Like, why 3-bet on 50 big blind stack if you're not going to get it in? Just snap when you get 4-bet on. Like, people just don't think. I'm just going to call here. Not a great run out. What the fuck is that idiot betting? Pocket 10s. He bet it all the way down. Versus 2 players with a jack on board. Both of us in the blind. It's kind of fitting that we both just split up his money because that was dumb. I think we just keep betting here. Not exactly 100% sure about Shaggy. Yeah. I mean, if he has a king, he's not going to fold, but... get good value here. Yep. Definitely pushed him off a better hand. I don't think he had a king, but I think he had some kind of pair. Okay. Nice play, bro. This is the kind of crazy shit you're seeing all the time. Like, is he calling me with jacks out of the blind? I don't think so. So he's basically representing a 10 or nothing, and I'm not supposed to have a 10, so that's an easy one. Especially, and people do this when they're desperate, and they're desperate because of the short stack. Like, you're on a short stack, you're less threatening. It's the worst time to do that. Just doubled up, got off at the table on the side. I'm going to go ahead and raise this, just because this could be a blocker bet with a queen or 10 jack or something like that, so we just take it down. I had the lead. You don't get to take it away from me for a fucking blind. See a raise versus ROI runner. Yeah, he's pretty aggro pre, so we're going to go ahead and 4-bet. Not a lot of players I'm just going to blindly call off if he dead jams here, but he's one of them. And we're also going to jam against him. Yep, because he's going to 4-bet light way too often. And just jam and he just snap folds. He didn't figure anything out. He doesn't think. He's just absolutely, like, he's just compulsively 3-betting. It's really kind of hilarious if you watch the pattern in some players. Could have 3-bet this one, but I kind of like calling. Plus the player behind tends to fold his blind pretty easily. As you can see, getting 8-1. We'll just give it up. We miss, we give it up. Alright, nice, nice, nice. Check that one, fold that one, fold that one. Fold, gut shot, backdoor flush. Yeah, we'll check. Check this one. And let's go ahead and bet for value, like we have a queen. Pick up the flush draw, obviously calling. I like checking here on this turn for a lot of reasons. One, we can definitely be beat, and two, we don't get any value, so now we look like we're bluffing. We get called by a queen here a lot. Hey, thanks to boss. Appreciate it, man. I will take all the luck I can get. Hey, I got back to 3 buy-ins I was down. How about that? And we're up a few bucks, and it's been 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes, we were down 3 buy-ins, and we got them back. Limping first in a raise. I'm just going to call here. I could definitely 3-bet, but sometimes this is a tricky limper, where he's going to re-raise now. And this weekend, it's quite common because a lot of people are coming in from fucking Iowa or wherever where they think limping with aces in first is still a good idea. Ace is nice. See? It's compulsive. It's fucking compulsive. When he opens and gets 3-bets, he 4-bets. When somebody opens ahead of him and it gets to him, he 3-bets. It's so fucking compulsive. And it doesn't work for him. I don't know why. I'm going to bet the ace just to try to extract value. I don't think we're up against ace-king too much, but we have to bet something at some point. So, yeah, it just goes right down. I got a 7. Sure. We block jack 10. Pocket 8s. Pocket 8s are good. Let's just call that. Got a table on the side. Not a bad flop on it. Keep checking. I think we just check all the way down on that one. Ah, I got rivered. For the minimum, but he wasn't going anywhere. So, didn't lose a nickel. Player limped and then bets pot. I gotta believe raising here is the best idea. He's gonna have way more draws than hands. He can have some king 10s and things like that. Here's ROI runner again, raising from the small blind. Could have 3-bet him. We're just gonna fold. He's small bets when he's strong. So he checks. We're gonna attempt to extract value and protect the hand. There we go. Oh. You can have all the small pots in the world, bro. Go ahead. I think I want to take the lead on this one. I was just going to limp it because I don't see much 3-betting going on behind without strong hands, but It's a good idea to do this occasionally. Take it down. Feeling good, feeling good, feeling good. Ooh, lots of people here. I appreciate that, guys. Thanks for coming out. I didn't even see it. Yeah, sure. Feeling very good, very focused. Feeling like I know how to win. Gut shot, backdoor flush. Fold, fold, fold. Come on. Pot. I don't mind this, honestly. The overcards can even be good. It's more likely the queen's good than the jack. I'm gonna call this, even though it's whatever. Coach is gonna jam all flops. Ooh, pick up the open ender now. Really? So he's supposed to have king 10, but this is the fucking moron. Honestly, if there was a second diamond out there, I would call it. I'm gonna let this go. If that wasn't suited, I think I would have just jammed it pre-flop, but whatever. He's probably on one pair, honestly. King, queen, ace, king. That hurt. That was my elbow. We can check the king. Betting the full pot. If I had the ace high, I would call him. It started out as a pretty good flop. I mean, I'm not supposed to win here ever. Kind of depends what he wants to do. If he checks, I might actually win. Yeah. I'm not supposed to win there. But he's not supposed to call on that flop either. It's hilarious. He had to do everything wrong for me to win there. Backed into two pair over here. You gonna do it, Max? Pretty good flop. He calls. He's definitely the kind of guy to have 9-10, 10-8. Could he have a 6? Could have 10 jack. I think we want to just get away. I think there's way too many river cards that make me way too bluffable, which is a weird thing to say. It's a weird thing to say that there's way too many river cards that'll make it much easier to bluff me, because you're sitting there going, somebody's going to bluff me. But it just means that there's no way I can call if, like, a diamond, a spade, you know, a 6, a 10, a jack, even a 5 is no good. Look at this, the 3-bet. I'm going to 4-bet small, hopefully get called behind. When this player jams, the betting will be reopened. But the dude's going to fold quite often, so we're basically just setting something up. He may call. If he has like a pair, he might call. If he does, we hope this guy jams. Oh, look, the dude re-raised. Well, I don't think we're going to have a problem getting the money in. Just going to call jacks. That's hilarious. Hold, please. Nice. Sick play, bro. That was a 4-bet pre. A 4-bet pre, and you still lost your fucking mind with jacks. Flopped a set on this other table. It's a small pot, but there's 4 people in here, so I have to bet pretty big. This guy raised, call, call, call. I was going to 3-bet it pre-flop, but I decided not to because of the position. Well, 10 on the turn, I guess we just bet with quads now. And I guess we bet big on the river, and hopefully he's got something he can call with, but it's usually just a draw. Daily quads. Hey, and I got 10s the very next hand, too. Let's go ahead and bet the ace. We can have it. I'm going to 3-bet this pair of 10s because there's limpers and a razor. I'm going to re-raise. I'm going to give up the ace-jack in first. I don't really like it. Hey, we're up a buy-in. I guess we need to get off this table down here. I 3-bet pre-flop, got called behind, not by the original razor. So we're just going to bet. Take it down. Pocket 10's undefeated. Yeah, I think there's another 9-max somewhere. Yeah, there is. There's 2 more. So I'm going to get on those lists. Just chewing my way through these. Might be good, the 9. It's a pure float. All right, he decided to bet bigger. He's very afraid of the flush draw, so I got to imagine he's got a jack, which is fine. I got to start 3-betting him more from the blind. This is okay. $3? Jesus. Man, people really know how to kill their action. Like, that's never a bluff. Alright. Get off that table. Bring in this one. Ba, ba, ba. Damn, that started out so good. Nice. The timing on that one, I think, won it. The player's fairly sticky. So I think we had to figure out the exact timing if you had a ace-queen in your hand. Which, usually 2 beats, then a bet. So it's like, pot, bet, place. So it's like 4 seconds. I've been like noticing that, like the rhythm in my head for certain bets. I've been kind of noticing it, so I've been trying to implement it other places. I know it seems crazy, and maybe it is, but it seems to be working for me. I honestly don't know what to tell you. And I pick up timing things on other players all the time. Like when I'm 3-betting on the button, I want to be acting as fast as possible, making the correct bet, so it's a pot plus a bet. But I'm just like click, click, click. Like I'm trying to do it as quick as possible. There are times when I'm going to play that move, and I won't make the bet if I didn't get it off too quick. I think we can check back. All right. Only because I know he's got a pair, but I don't know if he also has a spade. If I thought he also had a spade, or if I know he has a spade, I gotta fold. If I don't think he has a spade, I can call, because then any paint card's good for me. And we're gonna bet right about there. Okay, there's a lot of cards that call there. I'm gonna go ahead and bet again. There's a lot of 2-pair combos, but I can absolutely have a jack here. Then again, so can he. Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't sure if he had the jack or not. When the board pairs and he checks, I'm like, that's weird. He's got to bet a nickel and then fucking bet monstery. Alright, so this player's playing everything, so that's alright. We lose a few small ones, but then we can just play for value. Queen's a bit of a problem, but not much. Yeah. Yeah. We just value bet down. Ooh. I'm just gonna bet something out here. This is one of those ones where if nobody has anything great, the pot's just gonna go down. Congrats, you made a buy-in or blind and a half. Should have 3-bet that. Small bet. It's overbet nonsense. I mean, they're just telling me what they have. It's crazy. The overbets only come from certain players when they're super strong and worried about a flush or something. Like, he's worried about the flush there. He's got, like, 2-pair. Which is kind of like, you don't want to kill your action. Just charge, like, 3/4 pot. That way, if I call it, I made a mistake. Queen's really bad. He could have a raw king, but the queen's supposed to be really bad for me. Pair of jacks. King jack. Look at that. Look at that check on the turn. Ooh. Balls to go for that river bet. Balls. I figured him for the draw, and then it's like, what draws does he have here? He doesn't have ace-jack, so he shouldn't have king-queen because he would have raised me on the flop, or he would have bet the turn after I checked, obviously. So if he's got a jack in his hand, I win. He's got either king-jack or he's got pocket jacks. And this player's got like a VPIP of like 90. So it's like, fucking might as well go for value. That's a nice one. He 3-bets. It's the first 3-bet we've seen. Ace is nice. Min 3-bet down here. I'm going to check this one back. I'm going to call, pick up a flush draw. He could have ace-king for sure. I'm going to check and allow him to bet with his kings. Nice play, bro. I thought he would at least have a pair there. Good protection. Very good. Nice play, bro. I know what I'll do. Instead of calling this 10-6 this time, I'll 3-bet it. It's a super smart move. Super smart. You're the spot, sir. Oh, he got mad. He left. Okay. Well, my buddy 3-bets. I'm going to 4-bet. I'm not folding to him. He's just so compulsive. If he's got a pair, he's going to get it in. Nope. You're compulsive, sir. You're a gambler. You don't gamble. We play poker. He called me with like Jack 10 there too. Like he was just trying to make a pair. This is kind of annoying. I'm going to call it. Fuck it. Like it's just an annoying, stupid little bet. Like I'm twisting his arm to make him bet. How much do you have? Oh, that's ROI. Okay. 3-betting, potting. He may lose his mind on me here. Nope. He's learned the tale of the tape. He's learned to stop trading punches with me. Good man. It's like Ali said, I get in the ring with someone. I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to make him a bloody mess of himself. I just want to win. So I dance around and I'll tire him out, and God forbid if he gets hurt, I will pray for him. Really? You're check raising? Is anybody check raising a 10 here? I kind of doubt it. So we're going to re-raise. If he has a 10, it's just too bad. Yeah, whatever. King, please. Ooh, I'll take it. I mean, you're not supposed to check raise the 10. So, eat shit. I don't care. I will take some luck. Let's 3-bet this. I'm gonna fold here. Yeah, why not? Alright, well, we're done with these two 6-maxes, so Betelung and Annapurna. And I'm on the other 6-maxes. Waiting list. That was a nice little suck out there. $20 suck out. Oh, I just doubled on another table. Fold. So I had another table, but just off screen, but I had to get rid of it because I just doubled it. So this is all we got, but I'm on the waiting list for 3 more. I'm going to 3-bet here. Versus low stakes. He tends to jam quite a bit, and I don't mind it with jacks, honestly, so we can take a shot. Sure. We are currently up 5 buy-ins. The cold 3-bet. It sucks because this player is going to rejam a lot. Or the cold 4-bet from Shaggy on the button. Do we just... I mean... Yeah, I think we do. It's close. God, I knew it was close. Jack. I knew it was close. I know it's not ace-king or aces or kings. Or I know it's not aces or kings. It could be ace-king. It could be 10s, queens, 9s. Yeah, that was close. That was too close. And the size of his stack, he was under his starting stack, so it's whatever. Hey, Chloroform, how you doing, my man? Good to see you, buddy. We're having a good day. After that last loss, we're currently up 4 buy-ins. But we got a lot of doubling that we just did. Might have one here. It's 20 and L. Is this Red Panda? What a great flop. So this player min opened and I raised and he leads into me. We're just going to put him in. If we run into it behind, it sucks, which this call sucks. But I think we just have to get the money in. There's going to be too many draws. It's fine. Ace, deuce, king, jack. Hold, baby! Man, you guys play bad. You just gave it all away on a draw. Way to go. Couple of fish there. You're a little fishy. You're a little fishy. Up 6 buy-ins now. Picked up 1.5 on that hand. Check. I mean, should we just get on this table? I kind of like the seat. How far down am I on the list? I'm 4th on... Okay, I see. I'm 4th on a couple of the lists, and... Can I get on Beijing? Eggs I bought today at the store have the most orange yolks I've ever seen. Such a bright color, tastes so good. Yeah, those are like the organic eggs. I love those. But yeah, the orangey eggs or the orangey yolks, they're like super high fat and protein content. I guess I could just get on this one, right? This 20 and L? Sure. Not bad. I guess I should get off this table, right? Now that I have another one. I don't want to be at less than 4 tables. I'll just get too bored and play like shit. But yeah, so there's there's a 5, 10, 6 max. I mean, I guess we need tables, so I'll get on the list. But yeah, I'm first on the list for the 6 maxes and 3rd and 4th for the 9 maxes. I'm first on another one, but that table's not going to break up soon. There's a lot of solid players there. Hey, there's Mad Rudy, friend of the stream. Old school friend of the stream. He's been around since before I went to Canada. He actually gave me $100. I was selling books because we had to move. So I was selling off books that I had. So I was just like, I was selling them for like 3 for $10. And then he showed up and I was like, dude, just take whatever. And he just took them and gave me like $50. And I just was like, here, take this, take this. And then he was like, here, man, this is for you. And he gave me a little letter and had $100 in it. And it really made me feel warm and fuzzy, I remember. This is the guy from the other table who went bluff crazy against me. He's going to go batshit with all pairs. We can't fold because of who this player is, but we just have to be super aggressive. He's the guy who has an 80% VPIP. Nope. And this table's done. All right. Okay, whisper person. Why am I not playing as many hands out of first? Is that a serious question? Because you need stronger hands to play in first. I don't know how to answer that. Like those pocket fives are a good example. What happens if we flop a set with pocket fives? 5 blinds in an hour? Nice. Yeah, about an hour and 5 minutes. And it's 6 buy-ins now. 6 buy-ins in an hour and 5 minutes. Not bad. Both blocking each other's flush draws. Yeah, that's the thing. The guy with the king jack, I could see getting it in because he was short stacked. But the guy with the ace deuce, you're just, that's pure gamble. He's only gambling. That's the funny part. He's only gambling. Like some people just can't fold flush draws. That's why I raised the flop. So this one in the middle right here is a 10-20 9 max, which we don't see too often. Or 20 and L 9 max. 10-20. I'd have $2,000 on the table. I'll take a queen. The full pot bet on the flop is usually bullshit. I just don't know if it's bullshit with a flush draw. He may go for it. Nah. Full pot bet at this. Pocket tens. Could have just checked it. Didn't expect it because they're just regular store brand eggs. A nice surprise for sure. Huh. Running good. I had a girl that I was, well, I wasn't really dating her, but I had breakfast at her house quite a few times, and she actually had chickens. This is, you know, in Vegas. There's certain parts of town that have chickens. And she literally, like, she's like, oh, I'll make you some eggs, like, as I was getting dressed. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not, you know, and I went out and she made scrambled eggs, and I was looking at them and I was like, oh, she must have put something in them or whatever because it changed that color. But they were that orangey kind of color. And I was like, these are fucking amazing. And she's like, thanks, my hen just laid them. And I was like, what? And I looked in her backyard and sure enough, there was a coop. And she said, yeah, I just walked outside, grabbed a couple eggs and cracked them right in the pan. And I was like, okay. And it's funny because I learned then that eggs in America are different than eggs around the rest of the world. A lot of the world doesn't refrigerate their eggs. And I thought this was crazy, but she told me about it. She said that when eggs are laid, they have like this waxy kind of cover over them. And in the rest of the world, you could just leave them out on the counter and they'll keep just fine. But in America, we strip that waxy coating away to make everything prettier. And we end up decreasing the lifespan of the eggs. And they, you know, we have to refrigerate them. Okay, well, yeah, let's just do this, because this guy's got fucking a half stack. Let's just do this. So, if you want to get it in, man, that's cool. We'll race with, like, pocket 10s or 9s, right? Tens. What a guess. Oh, he's got a 10. Good for you. I'm not getting away from it at his stack anyway. That's the only reason for the raise, or for the race. Ooh, open-ended royal draw. I just saw Jamie have top full house, aces full, and get beat by a rivered royal when the guy was bluffing at him and the royal came off on the river. Do it! Nah. What do we got? We got a 6 max, 20. Oh, no, that's a 10. I'll fold here. Oh, whisper. Hey, mystery man. Yeah, the whispers are kind of weird. Some people... I know who that is too. I'm not gonna say his name, but Sometimes people just don't want to engage with chat. I don't know why. Okay, Shag. If you got me again, that's fine, but let's race. I don't know what you're thinking about with queens, again. Ace queen. See, this is why I jammed on him before. Hold. Hold the baby. Yeah, see, this is the guy. Remember the other one that I played for a half stack with him? When he had queens versus my jacks? Same guy. He 4-bet the ace queen. I jammed on him. I'm coming out of I'm coming out of the blind, by the way. There's no reason for him to do that. Got another 10 and L off on the side. So we're at 7 tables right now. Yeah, I guess a lot of whisperers. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to out him. He's already gone from the chat. I can see that he's gone. Right? It's just nothing there. Removing the waxy coating also makes them easier to crack. Yes, that's true, but it also protects the egg from being broken in transit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, you know. I think we should leave it on. I mean, I'm not squeamish. I've literally, killed and plucked chickens. We're gonna 3-bet this one pretty large. With the queens. I mean, cool. We just had summer of super waxy eggs. Cracking them made you worried about breaking your kitchen counter. That's interesting. I didn't know it was like that. Although I have seen, there was an English movie, like a movie made in England, a couple of years ago that I saw, and it was modern day, and they were talking about the difficulty of cracking their hens' eggs. And I was like, oh, I get that right there. But they had this little device that they put it in. It looked like the thing you get around Easter time to, like, dip the eggs in the vinegar thing, And they had it, and the guy had it over the pan, and he just, like, pulled a trigger on this thing, and it just it just split the egg perfectly down the middle. I thought that was interesting. Saw Jamie had a super deep run in the $500 bracelet event on GG, final 2 tables. Yeah, I spotted that too. On his, I think he was putting up highlights on Instagram. This is kind of odd. I'm going to let it go. But yeah, I thought it was neat, that little device that they had. Red Panda 3-betting. Okay. I think he'll tell me. Got a 5 over here. Damn. This player overbets. Let's just jam on him. Yeah, he's got a top pair kind of hand. Hold. Sweet. When they overbet like that, they're never on the flush draw, so it's just free money. Cool. That makes us up 7 buy-ins in an hour and 15 minutes. Not bad. We're counting the buy-ins as $10 buy-ins. I guess I should be counting them as like 15 because I've got 20 NLs and 10 NLs, but I don't know. I like counting it like this. Plus, it feels good. So we got a min raise and a re-raise from a shorty. Yeah, I'm gonna 4-bet. That's kind of it's on the cusp. Ooh, I got aces on the side. It's on the cusp, but because this player is so short, I want to have a chance at them heads up. Because if they just rejam, then we minimize damage. And when he just calls, we get a chance to bluff. We're never folding. We're just gonna put him in. It's fine. He's got queens. Fine, whatever. Ace, please. Yeah. I don't know why he doesn't just jam. Like, it's stupid. There's nothing I can fold. And he should never be able to fold, too. Like, even if an ace or a king comes out. You mean to tell me if a king hits, he's just going to fold? Right? So then I just win with every bluff that I have, or every pocket pair. So if that's not the case, he should just get the money in. I mean, he might just want to be avoiding an ace. I get it, but it's still kind of stupid. Wow, I just got aces. And 3-bet, and then bet the flop and got the fold. And the next hand I have kings on this side table. And I just raised and everybody folded. But look at that. Kings, aces the previous hand. It cost me half a buy-in, not a big deal. I want to limp. I want to see what this guy does. I don't know if he's a compulsive raiser kind of guy or what. Yeah, he's compulsive. All right, cool. This is good to know. Nines. Guy went apeshit with nines. Jesus. Look at my 7-5. Oop, river set. I mean, you should get one, man. You got the waxy eggs. I actually looked them up. They're called egg crackers. They actually have a kind of a crazy history. I guess we bet for value here. I mean, if he's got ace-king, it's just too bad. He's got 9-8. Ah, he ran out the straight. Same guy. He's just going apeshit. Raise. It's the same guy who had the fucking ace-queen before. Alright, ace-king, let's go. Ace. Ace. Ace, heart, ace, heart, ace, heart, ace, heart, ace, heart. Ah! That sucks. Alright. Still up 4 buy-ins and change. After those 2 bad beats. That was a $40 swing. If I win this one, I've got an additional 22, and if I win that one, I've got an additional 24. I mean, the ace-king, the kings, I don't, you know, whatever. It's a race. Or not a race, but I'm definitely never folding the ace-king, but the ace-queen is fucking hilarious how easy this guy made it. He even 3-bet that pre-flop. Like, he 3-bet this pre-flop and then went absolutely banana crackers. Like, look at this. So then I check, and then check raise them all in, and he's got the open ender somehow, and he runs it out. So this guy 3-bets me small. I'm just gonna call. Ace is nice. Guess we just bet. I just flopped trip jacks, and this guy's betting into me. He limped, I raised this pre-flop, and he led right into me. I mean, he bet big, too, on the flop, so it's like, whatever. I guess we just bet half pot and go from there. 6 max. He just folded. Ah. Oh, do I need another table? I was going to get off one of them. Oh, I guess I can't anymore. Because I lost a little bit here. I mean, I could, right? If I wanted another 6 max. But I'm not supposed to have it. Yeah, I'm going to save this table. Oh, I got aces on the side again. Limp on the button, limp in the small blind. I just made a big raise. I mean, how do you call? Ace-king for the 3rd time on this table. Can this one stand up? Hey, we won with ace-king. Yeah, still up 4 buy-ins. But, you know, it's going to be swingy. People are Labor Day retards in town. Which is amazing to me. I think what it is the guys are in town for Labor Day because they get the long weekend. And I think they're like playing poker live and playing on their phone. Playing WSOP on their phone. Because I can't imagine coming to Vegas just to sit in your hotel room and play online. Especially 10 and L. Look at this. Ace-10 just runs right into ace-king. I can't say I'm not rooting for him. I want him to have money. Ugh. Using one would take all the fun out of an egg. The smashing it on the counter? Okay. There's another 20 and L, but I don't need it. I mean, I don't really think this is a great bluff spot just because we have to set it up before the hand, or beforehand, and I'm going to get heroed a lot this weekend, so I'm not going for those complicated bluffs that we haven't set up. Running kings. Ow. But yeah, chloroform, you'd be pretty surprised if you cracked an egg in America. It's literally like super thin glass, like they are very hard to crack. This is usually nothing with the big bet, so we're going to bet the river so we don't lose to a jack. Yep. I mean, I had showdown value, but he's going to have a jack there quite a bit, or like a pair of nines in his hand or something. So I think it's important to bet there, because he's told us he doesn't have a king, and we just don't want to give him a free chance to win. He could have just had nothing, right? But could have had like ace queen or something. Kind of like this one, believe it or not, because of this limper behind. He's kind of the target. Grinder's sitting out. Don't tell me that. I guess we bet, right? Unless he's being super careful or trapping, I don't see him calling 2 rounds here. Well, now we're trying to look like we're full of shit, so we just bet. He may call me with ace queen, king queen. I don't know. He's supposed to check flush draws, but a lot of players don't, unless he has exactly the ace king of hearts. So I don't mind betting. I think if I bet smaller, maybe if I bet like $2, he may have called that. So maybe that was a little bit ambitious. Player calls. I'm going to check. You win. No need to get aggro. Ugh. Nope. Sure. Got a jack. I think we can lead. Check the river. There's a lot of flush draws that got there. But there's also a lot of like raw tens that call the turn that lose on the river. Yeah. What'd you have? Ace or King 4. Just a gut shot and an overcard. Hilarious. 908 grinder. We're just gonna put him in. He's short stacked. Yeah, whatever. He doesn't get to play with a short stack. I'm sorry. You have to put money on the table, bro. That's really the reason to do that, is to get him to reload full. Because if he can get money on, he's not going to go anywhere. So we want to make sure that he feels like he needs to have a full stack, because he's kind of a dummy. Look at that 8. He's going to have a 6 a lot, too. He's going to have some flush draws. I'm just going to raise him quickly. He's going to have some sets. He's going to have pairs of 6s. I think it's very hard for him to fold here if he had a real value hand. So we probably just technically bluffed because he didn't have a hand that could call us. Back up to 5 buy-ins ahead. Too many players behind to call here. Straight and flush draws. I gotta give Chuchi his medication. 3-bet. Ugh. Crawl. There's my buddy. This is my buddy again. He's calling. We're just going to bet big. He's going to get it in with all draws. We're not folding. I'm just going to keep chopping you down 20 blinds at a time, my man. When you get it in, you're going to have about 30%. And we're already going to be ahead that much on you. So, you know, it's going to be a free roll. Jack really sucks. Not so much the spade, but the jack. There's a lot of 2 pairs and ace queens now. That's a big bet. No, I'm going to give it up. I'm going to give it up. That's fine. I mean, I kind of walked into that one, but it's fine. I don't need it. Okay. Bet the river. I mean, 8-9, Jack 10, 7-5, I guess, call. Sometimes there's a 10 out there, like a 9-10, you know? But I think it's just better to bet there. Fold, fold. Oh, I guess I shouldn't auto-fold that 5-7 of diamonds. Nope, I shouldn't, because somebody's going to do something like that. Alright, this is kind of a float. I mean, I'm glad to have the 5, but it's kind of a float here. Because I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I'm going to check. I'm going to go for the river bluff if it checks through. This is okay. Check, fold, fold. Yeah. I'm going to try. Nice. I'm going to check against Scrooge. Scrooge is likely to have something he's going to hero me with, like a pocket pair. Ah, deuces. I probably could have gotten him off it with the right size bet, but why not? You gotta lose some hands. You never want to be seen as the guy who's trying to win every hand, you know? I just saw an interview with Dan Bilzerian talking about how he went broke at one point because he was trying to win every hand and he was drinking all the time and, you know, drinking and then playing and felt like he was Superman and that kind of thing. But the main thing he said was trying to win every hand. He's like, that'll fuck you. He's like, sometimes you just gotta back the fuck off. Wise words from a dumb motherfucker. Fucking hate that guy. He's such a douchebag. It's just like, yeah, great, bro, but you're not awesome. You were born lucky. It's like Elon Musk. People think Elon Musk is fucking Tony Stark. He is not Tony Stark. That is for damn sure. He's a scheming, conniving dickhead whose parents owned a blood diamonds mine. Or blood emeralds, whatever it was. Man. Somebody just freaked out with aces and I didn't see it. I lost a buy-in. I had 2 pair and the board paired off and I didn't see it. I had king queen and it was king queen deuce deuce or deuce 7 deuce, and he jammed. Well, I guess he jammed the turn, so I guess it doesn't matter. I'm supposed to call, but he 2x jammed it. I would have folded it, just because I wouldn't have known. But in the end, it's a good call. But it sucks that I got beat. I guess it's just getting sucked out on. Yeah, that was a waste of a buy-in. I should have folded it. I was ahead, but I should have folded it. Because it's just too often he's going to have me beat. And he didn't, but in the end, the board beat me. So my general theory would have protected me from a buy-in, losing a buy-in. Yeah. That sucks. And he overbet jammed it, so it's like he's supposed to have fucking ace-king there. Or aces or queens, and after that player 3-bets, I'm not supposed to call with king queen, but it was suited. So it was definitely an overplay. Yeah, it definitely I played it too heavy. Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah. Open ender. Take a free card. Pick up top pair, flush draw. It's a nice check raise. Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, that's That's annoying. That's nice. $7.5x open from the Rock. Ooh. He's only been here 23 minutes, and he's got fucking 3x on the table. I'm going to go ahead and bet big. Try to get somebody to jam with a draw. I mean, he could have kings, right? Kings or tens. Don't like the club. This can also be ace-king or aces trying to block. I'm not folding. Yeah, ace-queen. He's just trying to represent something. It's fucking stupid. But I'm not getting any more out of him. Right, so I might as well just take what I can get. I was going to 3-bet. It's that small bet that gives away the ghost there. Oh man, where's everybody going? Yeah, well, we don't want to play four-handed over here. Motherfucker limp raised me. I'm going to call it because of the player behind. Okay. It's fine. I'm going to feel bad when he rolls over jacks, but it's fine. Player behind, I just don't know what he's doing. He should have a pair. But limp raise. He's supposed to be representing a big pair. Casa de Campo. There's another table I can get on. So currently on 8. 6 on screen, just 2 off. Get 3-bet. I was just going to fold this, but when the player behind cold calls, I feel like I have to call now. This player calling behind really fucked me up. I don't know why he would just call behind. This player is kind of a squeezer bully kind of guy. And he did just start playing, so he's a little jumping out of the gate. We see a 3-bet from Wolfman. And a 4-bet. Wow. Wow. What do we want to do? I want to call. I want to see what the action is behind me. This player re-raises. We did it pretty quickly. Okay. I'm out of the queens. Ace is an ace queen. I was gonna call this one. I was so gonna call the guy if this guy had folded. How you like that? Case queen on the river. Awesome. I'm awesome. I'm the best player in the world. If I was shit, I would have won 50 bucks right there. Instead I lost 3. Alright, this table's dead. Case queen. Would have been mine to crack the aces. But it's a good fold. That's all we can ask for is good play. Re-raising Mr. Scrooge. Bring this table in. Okay. $5:30 dinner time. Yeah, that's where everybody's going. Typically. I just kind of want to see what these hands are. I'm not even really expecting to win here. No, that's fine. Yep. So I have a new artsy girlfriend who's an actress, and she's in a lot of local stuff and plays and all that kind of stuff, and she's got me watching a lot of different movies. Middle of the night in Scotland, so only degenerates are online here, me included. Hey, it's a good time to be around. I'm gonna bet. I'll bring this one in. I got called. I'm gonna check back, and I think if there's no club, we should be good quite often. Yep. Could have bet again, but that's one where you kind of want to protect yourself. Still up 4 buy-ins. Couple of beats there. So yeah, like I was saying, she's got me watching a bunch of artsy movies and stuff that I wouldn't normally watch. We're in the middle of watching Midsummer. If you guys haven't seen it, it's in the horror genre, which I'm not much familiar with, but seems good so far. Very dramatic. Player calls. We're gonna go for the barreling. I'm supposed to have the queen here. Hold. God damn it. Queen, do the case queen. God, this fucking queens on this table only cost me money. What did he call me with? 9-8. He made the gut shot. He called down with a gut shot on that board. That's hilarious. He called down 75% pot bets on flop and turn with just a gut shot. No backdoor draw, no nothing. And if he misses his gut shot on the river, I'm betting and he can't call. Like, there's not even a pair out for him. It's not like he has an overcard. And then he hits the perfect gut shot to go broke to my flush. That's hilarious. And I wouldn't bet the queen on the turn. This guy has defended and called so many 3-bets, it's fucking insane, and then he just folds like automatically. I don't have any other 6-max. I guess I want a 6-max, but I'm gonna chill with what I got for a minute. When I get off the next 9-max, I'll consider it. Oh, there's a 9-max there. Look at this fucking garbage. Guy just jams 100 blinds into a fucking 3 big blind pot. Ooh, I made the straight. I think we can raise. Shouldn't be a full house out there. And he just folds. Yeah, I don't think he even had a king. He's just got like a queen or something. It's hilarious. He's donk leading into a tripped board that I raised. Could have bet this turn, but there's nothing there. What kind of movies? A lot of horror movies. She also is a huge mainstream movie fan too, so she loves Marvel, and she's not as versed in Star Wars, honestly, to her words, as she should be. So I get to show her Kenobi and Mandalorian, which is fun. It's a nice give and take. She hasn't seen Kenobi yet, which is so fucking good. It's insane. And of course, Mando. But yeah, mostly horror movies. Which I just never really got into. You went to a Midsummer themed party last year? I heard it was a big thing. Like, I had heard about Midsummer, and that the movie was super disturbing, and it's very weird, and it's fine. I'm going to take a bath in a little bit. Damn it. I went to get Epsom salts. Maybe I'll go to Walgreens, get some after this session. It's funny that one of the parts in Midsummer that she brought up is we just got to the part where they just took mushrooms, and they're all having their mushroom trip. This is kind of weird because there's a lot of hands that beat me here. I'm gonna check. He's gonna have 10 Jack and King Queen a lot. Yeah, there's the King Queen. I could absolutely check that turn, but I think it works out the same. But got to the point where they're at the acid trip, and she was or the mushroom trip, and she was telling me that this is a lot like what mushrooms is like, and I was like, oh, so it is like I've heard, and I don't want to do it for that reason, because I've experienced that before when I had my psychotic break. So, would not be happy memory for me. Okay. It's a pretty good flop when we get 3-bet. Player checks. Bet. Calls. Both call. The king is fucking shit, because he's going to call with king queen on the flop and ace king a lot. This is the problem player, so I guess we just check. We might get a check down, but right now because of the diamonds, but I think we lose. We definitely lose if somebody bets. Especially this guy. This guy could have king queen, I guess. It's still possible, but I mean, whatever. He's blocking. He could have 2 pair. Set of queens, and you what? You won this little on a set of queens. Wow. Wow, what a punk ass. He just called on that flop. He never protected his hand. The king comes off. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Ace 10, pocket kings? Oh my god. If he bets through that turn, this guy's not folding. That's fucking ridiculous. Gut shot. Yeah. Check. If the second flush draw hadn't come off, I would have called. Oh, God, I had so many outs on this other table. And I missed. Missed them all. I gotta pee. Not well versed in any form of media, really. Right, but you're a student. You know, you're not supposed to be versed in the recreation. You know, you got too much going on. You're working your ass off. I get to be encyclopedically knowledgeable of the Star Wars and Marvel universes because of my lack of employment. My lack of employable nature. Trust me, if I wasn't a dyslexic, I'd much rather be in school. I mean, if he's betting like this, he's supposed to bet big the whole way. I'm not folding. We're blind versus blind. I mean, I guess an overbet might get me off of it, but yeah. Mushroom's a very mood-oriented trip. You have to be in a good mood when you do them. Yeah, I've heard that too. But the problem is it, and I knew this before she was telling me about it, the problem is that it fucks with the same pathways in your brain that get messed up when you have the psychotic break. So a lot of the imagery on the screen, it was like, oh yeah, I've seen that. You know, like the waviness of the background and trees breathing and shit like that. Look at this. Cold calls the 3-bet with a short stack. And all that stuff. If you're in a good mood, the trip is nice. I'm sure it is, but my problem is I have to be too... I'm too dependent on reality now. It's a very different perspective when you've had an unplanned break from reality. Like, I used to be a pothead, too. I don't smoke weed hardly ever anymore. Maybe occasionally, but you probably can't even count on me for once a year. In a bad mood, generally unstable, it can really turn sour quick. Good idea to have a sober friend around. I've heard that too. Yeah, so I'm too into it. I don't even like to drink. Like, I'll have the occasional beer. That's not something that's whatever. But I never, like, get drunk, you know? I just... It's... If you haven't had it, it's way too scary a thing to have a psychotic break. Because the thing is, you know what you're seeing isn't real. But you can't stop your reaction to it. So, you know, you're seeing monsters and the floor's falling out from under you and weird shit like that. And you logically know, like that part of my brain, this is, a psychologist told me later, this is how I was lucky enough to come through the other side without permanent damage. He said that the logical part of my brain was working overtime and telling me that what I was seeing wasn't real, because my reaction to it was to stay in one place, not move, try to focus on something and just kind of wait it out through this. But I didn't even know what was going on. Like, at one point I thought I was poisoned and it was a whole thing. But he told me that it's because of the logical nature of my brain that I came through it without any permanent damage or scarring or, you know, whatever. But, you know, the trauma exists and stays behind. But honestly, I had the kind of experience that people talk about with DMT, where they say it changes their life and puts them, you know, things in perspective and whatever. Nice. And it did. It changed me completely. But I sure as shit don't ever want to do it again. This is a little loose to call that 3-bet. Yeah. If I'd realized how long he'd been there, I don't think I would have called it. Just because his stack isn't big enough to make it worth it. It's close. He had about 90% of the stack he needed to have for it to be profitable. What are you doing? Minus. Yeah, he was contemplating something. I think my bet was big enough, though. Or he decided not to. Well, I guess I can get off this table. Because we've doubled. Chop it up. That's an awful board when you have kings right there. Like I think I would try to get to the turn, and then if I turn the flush draw, get it in. But the guy only had $2, so I guess he just get it in, right? It's like 10 blinds. Couple of beats there. We're only up 3 buy-ins now, but whatever. We're having fun. Definitely need a pee break. Glad you made it out the other side. That sounds unbelievably scary. Really was. I remember the psychologist telling me that he was trying to explain it to me, and he kept saying, you know, it was a matter of stress and, you know, depression that had been building for 5 years in me at that time. And he kept saying, you know, the term psychotic break, psychotic break. And I was like, does this mean I'm fucking crazy? And he goes, no. He's like, it's a different form of how your brain's going to work, you know, from here on out, but it looks like you're okay. But he says, he was an older guy, and he said, you know, 20 years ago, we called this a nervous breakdown. And that made it more believable for me to understand it, because they always talk about people coming out the other side of a nervous breakdown being changed. They stopped saying that because it made it seem too lighthearted, he said. But he said the thing of it is, it's a... you know, it's when you just get a break from reality. Very closely related to a fugue state. And that I understood in a lot of ways. And they actually illustrated that in Breaking Bad. I remember there was a great scene where Walter faked a fugue state. Like, he just went to a grocery store, got in his underwear, walked around, interacting with the environment in a way that was not correct. Like he was trying to I remember he was trying to drink a banana or something like that. Like weird things like that. So he was doing it to account for his whereabouts, and it was a totally planned thing in the show. But it was because of his knowledge of what a fugue state could be, where you're just basically you're kind of like a instinct driven zombie. Like you kind of uh, you're kind of just going on what drives you, at your base level, but you don't have the reference of reality going on. It's very interesting, and that's kind of the way that I learned to deal with having had that happen, was to study as much about it as I possibly could to try and understand it. Which I was told after the fact is a pretty good tactic, pretty smart thing to do. But yeah. But I mean, that was like a long time ago now. It was before I met Courtney. It was about 2 years before I met Courtney that happened. So it was in my very early 30s. Go ahead and make this back. Okay, I think I was just barely 30. No, I was. Let me think. I was almost 31. That's right. It's annoying. It's just a board I can't combat. Yeah, I'm losing focus here. I think I need to go to the bathroom. I'm kind of too focused on that. So, I'm going to take a break here and go pee. Grab some ice water. Limp call. This is annoying. Because this player can check jam quite often. But we're going to go ahead and bet like we're protecting an overpair. Shit, that's the call I didn't want. That's the call that's a problem. Although he's deeper, so we might be able to get it through if this guy gets out of the way. But if this guy sticks around, it fucks me. So he limp called. He's checking. Nice. All right, I'll be right back. I would have won it if the heart hadn't come off. I was totally going to bet it. All right, be right back. Gonna head to bed, let you concentrate on the poker. Good luck for the rest of the session. Thank you very much, my man. I appreciate that. Get off one of these short tables. No, two of these short tables. Yes, yes, yes. We want to leave. I'm going to wait here. And it looks like, yeah, there's a couple more I can get on. Had about 2 hours of a 5-hour energy. Feel pretty good. Post here, post here. I'm going to try to play for another hour or two. I'd like to get in 2 more hours, but who knows. A little caffeine will probably help. That's a big bet. And it's a proper bet. So I'm just going to give up the 9. Check. Check, check, check. Ooh. Open ender. I'm going to go ahead and bet it. Check. Check back. And we'll probably bet the river if he doesn't bet. Yeah. It just doesn't seem believable if we go bet, bet, bet. But if we bet flop and river, it looks like we have an 8. We were worried about the jack, but you checked, so we're going to bet the 8. So, or we could have had a deuce. It's just more believable, that's all. Man, my head is freezing. Some weeks when I shave my head, I'm just sweating constantly, no matter what the temperature is. Other weeks, I'm cold, even if it's fucking 100 degrees out. I don't know what it is. Okay. We see a call. We're obviously going to raise. Got a 10. And we got a limp call. I mean, the guy just defends and folds, defends and folds. Like, so if he ever continues past the flop, we kind of know he's got something. So this is interesting. I could definitely raise, but I think we'll want to just call because there's too many draws here. Like a queen, a jack, a king. All those make hands. Hearts make hands. So I think we'd rather keep the pot small and see how this shakes out. Jack. Ooh. Well, I mean, this isn't a great one. You don't want to have kings 5 ways, but when you do, this is kind of the flop you want. Yeah, he nutted it. The other guy had jack 10, just like me. But he had the heart. Yeah, we take it down. 6 max. I guess we can play this 6 max here. Yeah. I'll play the jack 10. Fold. Yeah, I don't mind this. Get it in the right spot. King's bad. Let's see. There's a few more 9 max. Oh, there's one. That's a good seat. Pot. Alright, so we're at 8 tables. 6 on, 2 off. Oh, don't tell me this guy's leaving. He's my whole reason for being on this fucking table. You've been running good. Sitting there for 90 minutes with 4 buy-ins. He's probably just playing solid, honestly. That's all you need at this point. Limp call out of first. It's not a great board for me, but if he's going to limp call in first, he's not going to have much. Missing some boards here. I'm gonna go ahead and bet at my buddy. That one he calls. When I have queens, we're absolutely just gonna run out the straight and fuck him over. He's probably not gonna call, but if he has 2 pair, he might get fed up with it. That's kind of what we're going for. I think he had a weak king. King 9 or something. He just really doesn't want me to beat him out of another big pot. He seriously doesn't want it. I'm just going to bet it. People don't really see you betting a spade draw or spades all that much. Obviously, we get called by the ace of spades, solo, and any other flush. And I guess we just bet again. Get called by an 8. They made a straight. Ace 9. Top pair no good, sir. That's why you want to bet right at it, because check raising there gives up the ghost. You just do not get as much action. Is this table small? Another limper out of first. It's a little small. It's not bad. Check. King's nice. Just call. Full house. We'll just call. Check. Call. Aces. You won the minimum, bro. It's funny because I'm sitting there thinking there's no reason to ever raise here. That's so funny. Unless I have the 4 for quads, there's really no reason to ever raise. Because sometimes I'm actually going to get beat. I'm going to lead right at the jack because people don't lead at the jack. But I'm going to charge flush draws and I'm going to see what's up. Alright. Somebody has to have something to make a big pot, so we don't worry about them just folding. Only up about 2 3/4 buy-ins now. Took a little bit of a downturn. Not really worried about it, just kind of went dead. Getting priced into weird shit like this. It's probably stupid, but I don't know. This guy's just such a juicy target. 6 is okay. Like he's such a juicy boy. Like he's just folding 100%. Hopefully I'm getting trapped by ace king here. Look at that, 7 on the river. Hopefully he doesn't have 2 kings, just 1, or maybe he has a flush draw, but I'm not folding. I mean, if he has pocket kings, it's just too fucking bad, but he's going to have pocket 5s, flushes, all the same. And he's not smart enough to not raise with those. I mean, I'm supposed to look like I'm full of shit anyway, right? I mean, if he has kings, it's just too bad. There's no skill, sir. If you have kings, just jam the money in. You might have like ace king or king queen with the king of spades, or with, suited in spades. So he might be really thinking about it. I think he was trying to trap and got ran out. But if you're just always going to fold there for 2 bets, I mean, you shouldn't check the flop. You should bet the flop, check turn. See what the see what's actually happening. He might have just had nothing, been thinking about it with ace high. Could have had a pair like jacks or something. But I feel like he had a king and he was running the trap. You know what actually makes more sense? What makes more sense is him having jacks. And just feeling like I had a king, queen, king 10 kind of hand. That kind of makes the most sense, him having jacks there. Because he didn't even see bet. So, but I've just seen so many people trap top pair over the last 3 days. It's like, it's just kind of what my brain's going to. Button limper. He's sticky post flop, so we got to get our value in pre. Having fun. I watched a video on bet sizing and c-betting yesterday. I decided to try it at 5NL zone on Bovada. Was up 5 buy-ins in a few hours. Yeah, it really kind of makes sense when you logic it out. You know what I'm saying? Like when you actually sit there and put these things to the test, they actually work really well. It's funny. I remember a c-bet structure back in 05 that was state-of-the-art, and I read it in a book. And it reminded me of Doyle Brunson sitting there saying, this move can't possibly work again, and it would just work over and over and over again because people just didn't learn. Like, you could just do the same thing to them all night long. Sick play, bro. Hopefully I can play the same on regular tables and get back into the cash. It's been fun. Yeah, man. I mean, it's all just fundamentally sound poker, so it works. It's not that it just works on zone. It works everywhere. Poker's poker. Like, there's some adjustments that you make for, like, zone because, like, most people are a little tighter. But there's also no real reason to drastically change your strategy. You know what I mean? It's like the difference between, you know, tournaments and cash games. It's all the same. The only difference is you play differently based on the stack sizes. So that's where the differences in tournaments comes in. But you should be playing, you know, basically the same pretty much every form of poker. You know, every venue. So if it's cash or if it's tournaments or if it's sit and goes, you know, and granted there's differences in tournaments with ICM and, you know, things like that. But the general play, especially if it's 100 big blind or more poker, you can just defer to your cash knowledge. Aces. That's a bad flop when I'm raising. And led at, you win. I wouldn't fold an overpair that quick, but I'm just going to call this one out of position. Keep my range wide. Ace-king does mean that my opponent's going to have more queens. But when we go check here and the river comes off clean, we can bet and steal pretty much 90% of the time, unless he has like jacks. So yeah. Ace-queen. Wow, he checked the turn. That's a bad turn check because the river is what gets me there for all two pairs. Like 5-6, 3-4, deuce 3, all those. That's super bad for Beatis to check. I mean, he's not supposed to fold the ace-queen, but he's not supposed to check the turn. That's for damn sure. He's supposed to keep betting to protect himself. But he's afraid to get check raised. But the question is he folding ace-queen to a check raise? If he's not, then what is he doing? Why did he stop? Why did he stop betting? Glad I didn't 3-bet, because we're not getting him off that. And it would have been a much more aggro situation. Ace-queen. He rivered the jack. I had the best hand. That's hilarious. Ugh. Nice turn. Hopefully it's a nice turn. Queen of the river is kind of great. He's going to have king queen a ton here. Ooh. This player never opens either. I'm going to get out of the way with the ace queen, believe it or not. This player doesn't open that much. At least not that big. Queen 10. Alright. So head the whole way. Sick play, bro. Yeah, I'm glad I got out of the way on this one. Yeah. Because I know he's going to defend, because that's what he does. But I don't want to be out of position 4-betting ace-queen. I'd rather just ditch it. Right? Like, what's the point? One of the main takeaways was not about waiting for the nuts and winning big pots. It's about winning the small pots. Yeah. Here's my feeling is like you have a general winning strategy, right, which wins you more than your fair share of small pots, right? You just always seem to be the guy who's running good in the good position. Now, the way that that works is you only c-bet the boards that are good for your actions. So if you 3-bet pre-flop and you're c-betting an ace-high board, you're supposed to be representing an ace. Is that believable? You know what I'm saying? If you're calling a raise after somebody 3-bets you and you check raise like a middle board, you're supposed to have a set. Is that realistic? You learn about nut advantage, you learn about range advantage, all those kind of things. And by winning these little pots, you kind of... Oh, that sucks. I knew he was checking something. Realized I was giving up on hands too easy, invest more in losses now, and the gains are bigger too. Very much so true. And here's the thing. If you never get caught bluffing, you're not bluffing enough. That's an old adage. But the real truth of the matter is that all the little pots that you win, you'll be up a certain amount of money. Then when you play a big pot, it's kind of like a free roll. Like, that's classic Doyle Brunson logic. He would talk about how he would steal all these pots all night so that when the big one came down, when he had the big hand and he had to sweat it with, versus a guy's flush draw when he had a set, or when he had the flush draw and he was semi-bluffing versus somebody's top pair or whatever, then it was just a total free roll. So it's like, okay, I'm playing them with their money. So it's like, he talks about this one where he was up like $300 and he realized that's what was going on, and he decided to just risk their money on the night. Now, he was playing live, in these games, but he realized it was just a way to keep him at less risk than they had. So it allowed him to be more aggressive with his semi-bluffs and shit like that, because he's basically semi-bluffing them with their cash. You know what I mean? So it's like if he was up $1,000 and then there was a situation where he had raised and a guy had, re-raised, or back then they most likely would have called and an ace hit the flop and he had the gut shot and flush draw, he would just check raise the guy to the moon and try to get him off top pair, which is insane, but he would have all the outs in the world. The original semi-bluff. And then it's like, if he won it, great, he doubled what he was up. And if he lost it, who gave a shit, because it was their fucking money. So that's kind of what you want to do. Like, the big pots kind of influence everything, but when I'm sitting here and I'm just playing, if no big pots have gone on, I'll just keep looking over at the balance and just watch it go, $1, $2, $5, $8, $10, and then when the big pots come off, that's where the big swings are. Speaking of big pots, I'm kind of getting into one on the side right now. I raised pre-flop and flop trips versus the other guy's trips. Look at this. He defended the queen 6 and I fucking got him to put it all in. My ace 6 good. That's fucking brilliant. See, but that's the thing. I was raising the ace 6 out of second position, which I shouldn't do technically by the book. But because I'm up all this money, I can just play against these players who play incorrectly. So it's a nice another little buy-in. This is kind of weird. I don't know exactly what's going on here. I raised and then checked, so I'm kind of goading the action here. Oh, he does have ace-king. That's funny, though. That's a funny one. 2 pair. So like this, right? Like, if I had had the flush draw or top pair and a flush draw, you would just get the money in. But by all the little steals, you kind of reduce variance. Look at that 6. I'm just going to keep betting. He's supposed to have a draw. Ah, what are you calling me with? You're supposed to have a draw. What are you doing? I'm going to raise this one. Up 3.5 buy-ins now. Go ahead and bet. Right about there. Take it down. Like, that's what I'm saying. That I raised pre-flop. The flop came off ace 10 deuce. You wouldn't bet small there because you would be afraid of getting sucked out on by a flush. So you would bet 2/3 pot or more. You know what I'm saying? It makes perfectly logical sense to the big blind defender who may have had a 10. He might have had like 9-10. It makes perfectly logical sense to him to just check fold to a strong bet because you're supposed to have an ace. You might even have fucking, ace 10 or something like that and be fucked. So I want to 3-bet this because this player is a give-up artist. So I'm going to 3-bet him with the jacks and see where we go. If he 4-bets, I think I have to give it up because he's not a pre-flop strength guy. We also put pressure on this player. Man, it's a good time for an overpair. Or a jack. A jack would be great. Jack, ace, 4. Like, that's the flop I want. Because he's going to have an ace a ton. We're calling here, obviously. Kings, whatever. I think we do check. Look at this. This guy made a straight. I'm going to go ahead and bet. I'm going to bet half pot. This is just kind of to protect my hand. Like I said, he's a give-up artist. So we're going to be 3-betting and 4-betting a hell of a lot more. Like Jack's out of position there. It's kind of 50-50 for me depending on who I'm up against. Like here it is again, the semi-bluff. I ran out 2-pair, but I can easily be up against better 2-pair or a straight. But I think I'm still going to bet it and expect to fold to a raise. Ah, I got rivered. I had ace queen on this guy, and he rivered the jack on me. I played it well. Flop went check check, bet raise turn, and he had the same straight draw. We both had a pair and a straight draw. My pair was just higher, but if the king had come off, he goes broke because I have the ace. Sometimes players are limping an ace. I'm going to check because he can definitely have 2 pairs and straights. I think we'll know. God, that jack is just so bad for me. He's not betting his hands. All right, fine. We'll give it up. There's a lot of players I'm going to check raise there. And I'm not even bluffing, but he's not betting his own hands. So he has a rag ace that made 2 pair. He has like ace 7 or ace 8 or something. That's fucking annoying, but I got away from it for 20 blinds. It sucks. Fucking kings on this table have done nothing for me. I should have checked the flop is what I should have done, but I kind of acted a little bit quickly there too. Kings again. I would check an ace. It's fine. It's dumb. I should be 4-betting that, but I shouldn't have gotten tricky. I should have just c-bet it. Kings again. 3rd time in about a minute. Been practicing as he's just reconstructing my 3-bet range and trying to remove limps. Yeah, you can pretty much do away with limping. I'm going to bet real small here. This can seem scary if you don't have a spade in your hand. The call out of the blind is not the biggest deal. Well, now we have good showdown value, so I'm just going to check behind. All right, this isn't too bad. Somebody's going to have queen, jack, king, queen a lot. There are some 9-10s, but there's not a lot of flushes, so we're just going to check queen, jack. That's fine. I think we lost the minimum. I don't think we're getting anybody off anything. Pocket 10s. That's hilarious. Maybe if I'd bet through the turn, it would have been a different story. Well, now I get to look tilty, right? So I'm over-raising here to look tilty. Kings again. We just call if he bets. That's why there's no reason to c-bet that one, because we're ahead of the range. He has more nut advantage, we have more range advantage, so we have the better aces, but he has more pairs on that board until the ace comes out. Because he's in the blind, he can just have anything, right? But he's supposed to have a lot of king queens, he's supposed to have any rag aces. Look at this, pocket fours are now all over the place. Check, check. I mean, we just check, right? Yeah. Jack on the river's nice. I'm gonna bet it. I just don't want to give the showdown. It's fine. I know I'm not getting paid, but I don't want him to see the showdown. I think that's one where the less information you give, the better off you are. We're gonna bet pretty big here. Just gonna call here. 9 on the turn's not great, but the diamond is, so we're gonna check, call a bet. Because I expect a bet from a straight or 2 pair. Some flush draws, that could be a flush draw or 1 pair. We're just going to check. He should be checking back without a straight. There's a lot of times he just sucked out on me, though, even with 2 pairs. Yeah, that's fine. You got it, bro. Queen, Jack, King, Queen, Queen 10. Is there a way to win that one? Probably if we check jam turn, but I'm not trying to work that hard. Yeah, zone is great because you can just focus in on one table and just try to play every spot, you know, every position perfectly. Because it happens so fast, you're going to get so many reps on it, you know what I mean? Pair and a flush draw. We might just gamble here. Depends, if he bets big, we'll gamble. It's not really big, but let's raise, because it's not enough for me anyway. And we're going to keep betting. This is ill-advised. It's not going to work a lot. He had ace-king and he didn't get it in. Well, I saved myself $2. How do you have ace-king and not get it in there? With your fucking short stack. You're a fucking joke, man. Oh, that's so hilarious. I got a little adventurous there. I'll admit it. Leads at me. So nobody leads a 9, so we're just going to call. Spade's a problem. We're going to bet just for protection versus straight draws and his bluff bullshit. Like, he's trying to find bluffs. That's hilarious. Maybe we could have gotten more if we checked, but I kind of doubt it. Ace-9's good. Kind of going around in circles right now. I'm just kind of losing on the big pairs and winning the small pots. Which is whatever. I mean, I'm not getting stacked, but like stupid shit like that pair and flush draw, that was kind of ill-advised. I'm going to 3-bet this one. Like, that's one of those ones where it's kind of like, if he has a king, he's never going to fold, but if he doesn't have a king, he can't call. So, there's no read on me. He just was looking at his own hand going, how strong is this? Yeah, why not? Well, I got the spade. I'm going to bet small. I mean, I have the ace of spades, right? It's got to be scary as fuck for him. Ooh, pick up the backdoor diamond draw. Sometimes this player has an 8, which is a problem. There's a lot of 10 jacks out there, though, so I am going to bet. This is a little big, but if we had a full house, we would bet like this. If we had an 8, we would bet like this. Players don't know that, so I don't expect a pair of 10s to fold. I don't expect a 7 to fold. I don't expect somebody with 10 jack to fold. He's thinking it out. Alright, we'll call here. I mean, sometimes we're out-kicked and we want to bet this river, but I think we can also check. He had the straight. Yeah, his timing kind of gave that away. I started to feel like I was beat once he slowed down. He just doesn't know how to get value. A 9, an 8, a diamond. They all win it for me. It's annoying. Just 15 ounce. I'm trying to win too many hands. I'll admit that. Not playing great. See if we can recenter. Well, I got a full house the hard way. I'm probably going to get 3-bet by this big blind. He's been 3-betting more. Oh, it just calls. I think we can bet. Ace Queen wouldn't have to overprotect here, so we can just bet small. Oh, I meant to raise more than that. I misclicked. This is one like if I had Ace Queen, we could just bet small. Scrooge 3-bets. He's doing it because I raised small. He's going to have a lot of ace kings. I'm going to go check. It's kind of like if this, then that. Like if I bet the flop and get called, am I ever ahead? Probably not. But if I check the flop, I can call turn and river and probably still win versus a pair of tens. You could also still let me beat with ace queen, king queen, pocket queens. There it is. Yeah, it's because of my small raise pre-flop. If I had raised it normally and he had 3-bet, then checked the flop, I would have just bet and taken it down. But because of my small raise, it's too unlikely that I have a king. I either have aces or nothing. And people forget about misclicks. They think that that's like, if they paid attention to me, I never fucking min-raise. Not pre-flop. But people think it always means something, and it just doesn't. All right. The fuck is this? Min raises. Thanks for the pair. Gut shot, backdoor flush draw. It's exactly how I've been playing. Just focus on every spot. Yeah, that's what you got to do, man. He's going to pay me off with an ace. Focus on every spot, getting away from calling down as many draws. Just find better spots. Kind of feels like playing tighter, getting into more spots. Yeah, dude, and that's what you got to do. It's really the thing to do. Wow, he didn't bet that flop. He should have bet that flop. Once the top card pairs and I'm just betting, he really can't fold. But if he bets the flop and I call, he can absolutely get away. Gonna keep checking in this one. I mean, you can draw to shit, just make sure you're getting the right price. You know the math. $4x open from the shorty, or from the tight guy. So we just believe him when he bets. I believe you. We're just trying to hit a 4. There's no real technique there. I probably could have led that flop, but he may still call with overcards, which is kind of brutal. I don't mind opening up the old 8-9. Calls me. I think I'm going to go for the 3-barrel. Although this table's seen me do it, I'm still going to go. I mean, if he raises me here, obviously I'm fucked, but without a raise here, it's kind of rough for him. Way to go, bro. He fucking min raises me. I am going to raise this. Small. Just because that's a blocker bet. 8's really nice. He's going to have 10 jack a ton here when he just calls. When he raises, I'm fucked. He's got like king queen or something. I'll check this one. Set of queens and got no value. I bet the flop and then we just checked down. That's hilarious. I'm a fucking idiot. That's funny. No 3-bet pre-flop. He got 20 blinds out of it. That's so funny. A lot of over-trappers. That's what novices do. A lot of over-trapping. Calls. But like I said, this guy's a give-up artist. So, check. Check. 3 checks and we're good, right? Deuces. Fuck. I really didn't think he would call with just a pair. It just didn't seem like I had to bluff it. He's such a fucking fish. Oh, fucking ace on the river. Same guy. Same guy. That's annoying. You also don't want to overthink it. If you 3-bet, you can pretty much bet a lot of flops unless they're supremely bad for you. This guy's hilarious. He's doing the same thing over and over again. I honestly only raised it because I'm just keeping him in a tempo. He's already given me like half his stack by just limp calling, min betting, and then calling my raises. It's like I would play any hand that same exact way there. Because he's just trying to show down. It's fucking stupid. Doesn't matter that I had the nuts. If he has more than like second pair there, he's not folding. Turn on the light. I love how much people fight over the pots that aren't worth it. Like these guys like make these huge bets at these like limped pots, and it's like, yeah, you're protecting your hand, but you're also getting no value. It's like, what are you doing? We all know you have one pair, so if you ran into somebody who flopped better than you with 2 pair or a set, or you're not going to get drawn against, and then they don't get drawn against. because they bet this huge bet. So then when they get played with, they know that they're fucked. It's like if I bet, you know, full pot and somebody raises me and I have top pair, it's like, then what? You know? I'm just going to call this one. I could definitely raise it, but I want to see what run worse does. I like having an ace and a whole bunch of backdoor shit. I like to see that queen of spades on the turn for the free roll. Alright, well, we're just going to bet the ace then. Pair nines. Take it down, take it down, take it down. It was 2 pair versus a set. That's brutal. Short stack, though. Yeah, we can call you on the button. That's for damn sure. 10's nice. That's kind of big. We're going to call. I'm not convinced I'm good yet. Look at this fucking equity smash. I'm going to call. Oh, I'm getting it in. Unless he has exactly jacks, it's whatever. I'm just going to make a big-ass bet. He hates me, too. He's really looking for a spot to stick me. So if he has kings or aces here, he'll just fucking pay me. I should have bet the turn on this one. Ace 4. I didn't follow through on that one. I was too distracted by the other hand. What'd you have? King 10! Paid me 40 blinds on the river. I should have followed up on this one. I didn't. I lost heart. I wasn't paying attention. I got distracted because I knew I was going to stick this motherfucker finally. That's the only problem with playing fucking 8 tables, that you can sit there and get, ooh, I'm so into this hand that you fuck up and fuck up the other hand. Alright, I'm just going to raise my buddy here. I'm going to limp that one. We'll just bet. He just gives it up. Like, he's giving up way too much. He's giving up way too much and calling way too much, too. So, like, he's not calling when he's supposed to, and he's giving up too quickly. Fold, fold, fold. Check. Alright, we'll get off that one. I'm going to bring this 6 max over here. Fold, fold. That's a little low, right? Yeah. $10, please. Oh. You tried to get me to suck out on you. I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry, man. You tried. I guess we bring this one down. Yeah. Ooh. And somebody posted? Oh, this always looks fishy. When you post in and get a big old raise, it always looks fishy. Ah, he wanted to. Yeah, this table's fucking shit. If it wasn't for this one player, I'd be fucking off this table. I've just been having too much fun with zone to go back to reg tables. Might just need to go back to 4 tabling. Dude, if you're having fun and you're learning and you're getting good results, why do you have to go back to regular tables? Why? What's give me the argument? You know, if you're not getting enough volume because you're playing 1 zone table, play a second. Like, you can play 2 zone, right? It's just like click, 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 click. It's fun. Like, but what's the why do you have to get back to regular tables? Like, why? Like, if you're having fun, you're learning, and you're making money, what's the problem? I spent like 6 months before I started streaming just working on my small blind play about 2 to 3 hours a day, well, a night, because I was doing it late night, playing zone set of fives, on ACR to work on my small blind play. It was like 6 months. I didn't play any other cash than that. I was just playing tournaments during the day. And I did it literally to work on my small blind ranges. And honestly, I've been feeling like my small blind's been falling off lately. And I'm going to put some more money on ACR and get back onto their cash games. And I was thinking I would just play Zoom on ACR just to work on that and like stream that shit. I don't like this. But this could be a misclick out of first, so we're just going to check and underplay the ace. We're going to check raise. He can definitely have spades. I'm going to check. There's just no point in betting here. Because he's not going to bet kings or queens or jacks. So we're just going to win. Queens! Look at that. How good am I? Like, it's not psychic. It's just things that make sense. He was trying to min raise in pre-flop to get 3-bet. So, like, he wasn't misclicking. He actually meant to raise more. Or he didn't mean to raise more. He was trying to trap. But by not raising the ace-jack, we were able to get a shit ton of value out of a subpar ace. Alright, I gotta turn some fucking lights on. This is kind of... I hate Courtney has the light right by my desk. She has it on a fucking app on her phone. So I have to get up and turn the switch at the other one. Hang on, I'm gonna do that now. Like, it's a cool feature, but I can't turn the fucking light on because she's got it on her phone on the fucking app. And it's cool because you can change the brightness of it. You can change the color of the bulb. You can do all that kind of shit like that. But the app only works on one phone at a time. So the bulb right by my fucking desk, I can't fucking turn on without the goddamn app. And she's got the app on her phone. I fucking hate it, man. We used to have the bulbs that did that they all had little remotes. I loved those. I gotta get those again. Because every bulb in my house or my apartment was like that. Like, you would just walk around and I would just keep a remote in my pocket. And I could turn the lights on or off from anywhere in the fucking house. What are we, 3 hours in? I definitely lost focus a little while ago. It's about 7 o'clock. How long have we been on? 3 hours, 15 minutes? Yeah. I'm fucking hungry. Not folding here. Nice play, bro. Didn't even bet the flop. Just tried to represent the turn when the worst card came off for him. The queen is the worst card. Indisputable. Because when I'm in the blind, I'm obviously going to have king, queen, ace, queen, queen 10, queen, jack, and your bets are just not going to do it, bro. It's lower stakes because my bankroll isn't on Bovada. I want to go back to building my bankroll. Okay, well then throw some money. Throw some money on Bovada. I know they have at least 10 and 20 NL Zoom. Or Zone, whatever they call it. I used to play it back in the day when I worked at Hooters. Shit, I used to play 50 NL. I know. Mostly I stuck with 25 NL Zone. I'm going to check here. Diamond on the river kind of sucks. There's no hand he can bet that I can beat. So, it's fine. I mean, this guy does not 3-bet much. Grinder may go crazy, but I think I have to flop. Because if I hit the 5, I get it all from both of them. And sometimes we get to the turn for free here. You know, not often. Oh, he's losing his mind. I mean, it's queens. You're not supposed to fucking fold. He's gonna fucking get his nose so wide open. I mean, if you're gonna 3-bet queens in 6 max, you probably shouldn't fold him. Yeah, he's just reloading. He's gonna lose his fucking mind here. We might get through to him now. It was a 150 big blind pot too. I don't know if I would have called it with queens. I really don't. I definitely would have 3-bet, but when he jams for 150 big blinds effective, I don't think I call. Just because your best case scenario is the race. And that doesn't have to be every time. That's literally your 1 in 3 best case scenario there. Playing a lot of pairs. A lot more than normal, but it's reasonable. Like, look at this. These guys are just getting it in on fucking stupid shit.
Aww.
What's up? Aren't I adorable? Oh, sweet. Mommy time. Nails come out good?
Came out so... Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I got so horny afterwards because it was just so good. And then all that hunt for that rose gold glitter, I'm glad I just got what I got because she wound up going with the reflective shit that I just bought and the rose gold heart sticker.
Oh, see? Show me after.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we just call here. I don't think I can even raise. Yeah, because he's not going to call, right? This is kind of weird because he can have 9-10. He can have king, queen. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. Yeah. He can have king, jack. His bet just is too much of a problem for me with his short stack. Like, I'm not convinced he has an overpair of aces there. Like, and that's the problem. I'm going to bet this. This looks bluffy. I might get called by, like, a 5. Yeah. It's blind v blind. He can have anything. It's a small open, so it sucks when he re-raises, because a lot of guys just do that with only aces, but it doesn't really matter. The kings. Got a beard hair in my throat, just came out. Could have checked it, but I think that looks just as suspicious. Both the boys are digging on the covers. That's funny. I just raised, got called twice, and flopped a set. I'm going to bet super small. Not going to get action, am I? Player 3-bet, this one called. I don't like the ace here. Now I just got counterfeited. Oh, well. Come on. It's a four-way pot and nobody has anything to call me with. This is a fucking joke. He's gonna fold. I'll show you if he doesn't. Yeah, he folded. We're done with this table. Kings. Short stack calls. Love that. Bet short stack. Please bet. Ace queen. It's kind of a great card. It's gonna keep charging. That's a bad card. That fucks me. No shit you have a 5, you fucking mouth breather. Like, I'm actually going to bet that board. Yeah, I think we're going to call it here. Just going to play out this one, and that'll be that. I'll let you guys know where we're at in a second here. All right. Come on, lobby. There it is. 130 or 1132. So we're up 5 buy-ins. Not bad. I was up a little bit more at one point. I think I was up to like 7 buy-ins, but took a couple beats. I will say I did lose focus in the middle there. I think I'm a little hungry for sure. I might be back later, but it depends. There's a couple things that might go on tonight that'll keep me from it. But if not, I will be back tomorrow. Tuesday is a longer play day, so we're probably going to have 2 or 3 sessions throughout the day of 2 to 5 hours. So yeah, but I'll try to stream them all, and I'd call that a pretty good day. 5 buy-ins in about 3.5 hours. Not bad. Hard to beat. All right, that'll be it. Stick around for the host, and I will see you guys, if not later tonight, then tomorrow.